Hi, in this video I'm going to show you the basics of using Google Drive. Google Drive is a cloud-based storage platform which basically acts like a folder or a hard drive stored in the internet, so you can access your files from any internet connected computer. Okay, so here I am in Google Chrome, and to access my drive I need to sign in. And this will take me to Google. You can see up the top here I'm signed in, and to find my drive I will find it in this menu here. There it is there, and when I open it up this is what it looks like. So you can see there's a number of folders stored in my drive as well as a number of documents. Okay, currently this is the list view to see where everything is in my drive. If you go up to this button here, we can change that to grid view, and that's just a different way of looking at all the files and folders in the drive. It's basically an aesthetic thing, and you might find one easier to look at than the other one. What you'll also notice up the top here is a search bar. So if I need to find anything, as you can see I've got a lot of stuff in my drive, so after a while things start to get lost, and you can use that search bar up there to search for any particular folder or any particular document that you have stored in your Google Drive. There is also a advanced search option here where you can change perhaps the time when the document or folder was created, certain words that you might be looking for in that folder or document. Just makes finding things a little bit easier. Okay, if I want to create a new folder in my Google Drive, I'll go over here to the new button. I can click on that, and you can see there that gives me a number of different options. I'm going to start by creating a folder. I'm just going to click on that and just give this folder a name, something that I know when I need to look for it later. And there you go, that folder has been created there. These are all stored in alphabetical order, so that's my folder that I've just created. If I double click on that folder, you can see there that it's empty and waiting for me to add things to it. There's a couple of ways that I can do this. Again, if I wanted to populate that folder with Google Docs or Google Sheets or Google Slides, or even some of the other Google formats in different apps that I might be using, there are the options to use there. So if I was to create a Google Doc, that's just going to open up Google Docs. If I rename this example, that's now saved to my drive. So if I go back to my Google Drive, there's that file that I've just created right there waiting for me. Another way to upload docs or documents or anything really, you can store photos, any digital file, is simply a matter of dragging and dropping from the hard drive on your computer or from a portable storage device. So if I open up, here's a document that I've created earlier, and I can just simply click and drag, let go of the mouse, and that will upload. So now that is stored in my Google Drive. You can see there that you get these little icons under each of the file types. If I go back to my drive, you can see there's different ones for PDFs, for Google Sheets, for Google Slides, and Word documents look like that. So you can basically store anything in here. You can also have a look if you go and let's see if I can find some photos that I might have stored. You can see that there, you can actually see a little thumbnail of that file. Alright, so I'll go back into my example folder that I've created. If I wanted to add more things to this, if I wanted to, I can drag this entire folder into that folder if I wanted to. If I had multiple items will just be a matter of selecting all of them, and I can drag them in, and that will upload each one of those items. I won't bother with that right now. Okay, let's look at this example Word document that I've got here. So if I just double click on that to open it up, it's going to give me a view of what that file looks like. I can't edit this file yet. It's basically just an indication of what that file is, and I can read it straight from my Google Drive. If I wanted to edit that, this is a Word document. I would then need to open it up in Word if I wanted to edit it. Alternatively, if I go at the top here and go to Open With and select Google Docs, then that's going to create that Word document as a Google Doc. I'll then be able to edit that in Google Docs. It will save automatically to my drive. And if I go back to my example folder that I've created earlier, you can see there that I now have that doc, the original one as a Word doc, and the new one as a Google Doc. One of the benefits of using Google Drive, obviously, is its capacity to share files and documents with other people. And in order to do that, if I want to share this folder, for example, I can right click on that, and there's a number of options. One of those is to share. If I click on that, then I can add email addresses of people that I want to share it with, or if they're people that I email quite frequently and their names are in my contact list, then I can just simply start to write their names in, and those names will pop up automatically. There's a couple of ways that you can share folders and documents with people. As this is a folder, there's a couple of things that the person can do. If you share this with the Can Edit option, that means that that individual who you're sharing it with can add things to that folder. They can take things from that folder. They can change documents in that folder. If you select Can View, that what it says is like all they can do is have a look at it. They can download things out of that folder for their own personal use, but they can't change anything in that folder. They can't change the structure of that folder. If I do the same thing for a Google Doc, I get a third option, and that's that Can Comment. Means that they can't edit the document, but if they want to give me some feedback, or if you want to give some feedback to a student, you can add little comments on that document, but you wouldn't be able to edit it any further than that. If you have had people share items with you and you've added them to your Google Drive, a quick way to find those items would be to click on the Shared With Me option, and therefore there you'll get a number of folders or documents that people have shared with you. You can also see too, if you wanted to know the folders that are shared with other people or other people have shared with you, you can see the difference in the little icon there. If there's an image of a person inside that folder, it means that it's a shared folder. Another way to easily navigate your Google Drive is if you have particular folders or documents that you use more frequently. Again, if you were to right click on that, you can see this option here, Add Star. If I tap Add Star, then that'll add this to the starred menu that you can access over in this navigation menu over here. If I then click on that starred button, you'll be able to see that example folder that I've created earlier. It doesn't make a copy of that folder, it just places it, it just bookmarks it to make it more easy to find. You can also see there in my starred folder here, the icons on the folders are different colors. They're color coordinated. It's another way to navigate around things. Once you get lots of different options, you can assign different subjects, perhaps colors. And to do that, again, it's just a matter of right clicking and changing color. One last thing to look at here is if I wanted to take a folder or a document from Google Drive and download it to the hard drive of my computer. That's just a matter of, again, right clicking and going to the download option. As this is a folder, when I click download, you'll see that that's zipping. Okay. Once it's downloaded, I'll be able to find that in my downloads folder on my computer, and that'll be stored there as a zip folder. So I'll have to unzip that in order to be able to unpack the contents.